My name is Jane Dutton. I'm on the faculty of the Ross School of Business in the Management and Organizations area, and I'm also co-founder of the Center for Positive Organizations. And it's my opportunity to tell you about the Flourishing Triangle and why it's so helpful in helping us to think about how to thrive in the current conditions. Flourishing Triangle is a framework that gets us oriented towards thinking about systematically 3 different conditions that foster human and collective thriving. We know that we're thriving when we're in a state of optimal functioning and we're engaged, we're committed, we're feeling vital. We're doing all those things that you experience when you're in sort of your maximal or optimal state. Now, the Flourishing Triangle as a framework orients us towards 3 different conditions or buckets of contributors to human and collective thriving. The first is positive emotions. So positive emotions are subjective, pleasant feelings that we have at a particular point in time. So they might include things like joy or gratitude or serenity, pride or awe. A second side of the triangle, a second set of conditions that are so important to human and collective thriving are what we call positive connections or high-quality connections. Those are moments of interaction, so they can be really small, in which we feel deeply alive. So we feel at the moment when we're interacting, either virtually or really interacting, we feel a sense of vitality, a sense of positive regard, so the way that we're experiencing each other, and mutuality. And mutuality just says that in the moment we feel like either one of us could participate in the connection. So the second part of the Flourishing Triangle gets us oriented towards looking at human interrelating. The third and sort of final part of the Flourishing Triangle focuses us on the power of positive meaning to enhance thriving. Now, it turns out we're very active interpreters of everything in our world. We interpret ourselves, we interpret other people, we interpret groups, and we interpret communities. And positive meaning gets us to focus on the power that we have if we interpret any one of those things with a sense of value, of worth, or significance. So again, let's review the 3 sides of the Flourishing Triangle. Let's think about what we can do to cultivate human thriving and collective thriving by fostering positive emotions, positive connections, or positive meaning. Now, the beauty of the triangle from a sort of a conceptual point of view is it's simple. It gets us to, there's so many things we could think about to cultivate thriving, but this gets us to bet on these 3 different buckets. While it's simple, it's also very rich because in each one of those buckets of contributors, there's lots of different ways that we could enhance those conditions. And in these times when we've got so much uncertainty, so many things coming at us that cause fear, cause anxiety, sometimes despair about what we can do, what the Flourishing Triangle orients us to is to bet on these different conditions as enablers of our optimal state of functioning. They give us hope. They open up possibilities. It's, I hope, what you will find to be a very generative framework that unlocks all kinds of possibilities for each one of us and for the organizations that we're a part of.